Drive safe on the Max Drive.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Drive Safe on the Drive Time, the #1 evening drive show this side of the globe. Welcome on board. My name is Samoja. I have with me on Drive Safe on the Drive Time today the managing exec of Motor Africa, Chudi. They'll be in partnership with this segment on the show in the coming weeks. It's good to have you join us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so what is Motor Africa and what are they about?
Okay, so I'll probably just like to describe it in the easiest terms.
Please do.
Right?
Please do.
First and foremost, Motor Africa is building technology to support access to credit for vehicle owners in Nigeria. So some other persons might want to describe
When you say
it,
credit, you mean loan.
well,
Put it in a layman. A lot of people are listening.
so I don't think it's airtime.
Credit.
Alright, so to provide access to loans, right?
There you go.
For vehicle owners as regards to repair financing, insurance,
Wow.
and other personal welfare needs.
Okay.
So some other persons might want to describe it as HMO for cars. That's fine.
Oh,
But the bottom
cool.
line is there's
I like the analogy.
There's this backup funds that you have access to, to be able to take care of expenses as it relates to your car and likewise yourself as well.
Okay. So let's just run with it with this. How do people connect to these loans, this credit? What do they need to do? Do they need to be car owners? Do they need to be metered car drivers? Do they need to be the regular Danfo drivers?
Okay,
Who are your market?
So first and foremost, let's even profile them.
Okay.
In Nigeria, we have up to 40 million vehicles on the road. All right,
Good.
and on yearly basis, it doubles up as the case is. And predominantly, most of the cars that we have in this country are foreign used cars coming into Nigeria.
Yeah.
And you and I know how semi-terrible our roads are in Nigeria.
Wow.
So there's a constant need for you to pay attention to the welfare of your car.
Yeah.
Welfare in inverted commas of your car, because especially if you depend on moving around using that vehicle, and time the car is not properly managed, it could lead to an accident that could even lead to loss of lives.
Yeah.
Then for the folks that do commercial driving,
Okay.
those who do e-hailing as the case is,
Yeah.
you and I know how the kind of pressures that those cars go through and all of that.
Yeah.
And a lot of these drivers also compromise as regards to the maintenance of these vehicles, which can also lead to poor service to passengers, and likewise be a threat to passenger and driver when it comes to an accident. So what we have done now is we've done research over years and realized that access to loans, credits, right?
Soft loans
is one of the things that hampers the growth of businesses, right? Even conventional businesses are entitled to an overdraft, so it's more like a backup funds where you can use to meet up your urgent supply needs in the office or inventory as the case is. But the people in this space are not entitled to it. Commercial drivers, for instance, are not entitled to it to an extent. Even banks or lending institutions find it difficult lending to drivers, maybe because of their lifestyle or probably because it's transport. So what we have done is build a technology around it that helps us generate analytical data that can help lending companies be able to lend to these people. So we're not just underwriting to decide who should have access to this credit.
Okay.
Our technology also does collection on behalf of the financial institution.
Wow.
Yeah. So while we are targeting private vehicle owners,
Nice.
we are also targeting people who are in the commercial transport space who probably would need access to this credit. So for persons who need it, eligibility would mean that one, your name must be the owner of the vehicle.
Registration
Yeah,
papers.
so your
on the
name
vehicle.
you must be the title owner of that asset, which is the
good,
vehicle, because
good.
we're now
That's like
lending,
a collateral.
See, exactly. So our financial institutions are lending to you with your car as the collateral. All right. So our credit system is built around an overdraft. So the essence is we want to be able to have a service that allows vehicle owners be able to have access to this credit at any time, right? So every vehicle that gets activated on our system is entitled to 600,000 naira for the entire year. So what that means is that, like in the regular overdraft, you have access to that funds when you need it. Interest is only charged on what you have assessed at the time, as the case is. So we have 3 plans.
You don't need to pick the 600 once.
No, you can't pick it at once.
Okay.
Like I said, the essence of this credit is to support, not to weak the debt, right? So what we currently have is we have 3 plans: the basic, the premium, and the enterprise. So the basic is open to everybody who owns a car that is roadworthy, that probably needs this as a backup, right? Apart from just assessing credit, registering to get the MotorCard also avails you access to workshops. So if I sign up now, I would recommend my workshop, you recommend yours, you recommend yours. So it's a community. So if my car breaks down at Papa, for instance, I can trust that any mechanic I find on the app around that area can take credit to get that car fixed. So you will never get to be stranded when that happens. Yeah, so that's how this happens. So the basic plan is open to all vehicle owners, like everybody, right? What you can assess per time, the exposure per time is 50,000. Remember, like I said, nobody's going to be asking you what was your credit score from your bank and all. So we're just working in good faith based on the data we generate from your car, as the case is. Then the basic plan has 2 classes of persons: one, individuals who are driving themselves, who would want access to the credit. Now, they are entitled to 50k by default, but if they sign up to drive commercially with any of our partnered aggregators, so right now we're partnered with Bolt on this, so which means if you choose to say you want to drive on Bolt, for instance, then it unlocks 100k per exposure. What that just does for us is we're sure that you have a backup hustle that helps you meet up if you decide to get the 100k. So then for persons who have their own drivers, probably who drive for Bolt or other transport companies, as the case is, and want to use our technology to process payment from their drivers, because we have this unique technology that guarantees that drivers make payment through, if someone is renting your car, for instance, they pay through our system. The day they are supposed to pay and they fail to pay, the system automatically shuts it off.
The car stops.
Yes, stops working. Yes. While we are all asleep,
because of what you installed on the car.
Yes, sure. Right, but it's done in good faith, not to punish people.
I was going to ask, is that
you not concern me whether it's good faith or bad faith.
It's discipline.
Once you not pay your money, the car stops. So you are given a sense of responsibility to work,
because if we
after getting the loans or the credit,
if we can't generate data that shows that you're responsible, then why should I loan to you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So if you choose to say, oh, I already have my driver and I would love to take advantage of this your payment system. So because we're processing payment from your driver, the vehicle owner would have an exposure of up to 200k.
Good.
Do you understand? Because obviously I see your income before you see your income, right?
Okay. So let's go to that part where what do they need to register? How do they access that portal where they need to register now? Okay, because people are waiting to launch on this now.
Okay, so they go to the website is motoafrica.co. So
write that down.
Moto is spelled as MOTOR, not Moto. MOTOR Africa.co, not .com.
Okay.
So when they land on that page, they get to see everything that the MotorCard can do. So you would find a tab that talks about opportunities available for people on the Bolt platform, opportunities available for private persons, opportunities available for corporate organizations, like people who have fleet of cars, like official cars and stuff. So it's open to everyone. So once you click that, and you read all that comes with either of the packages that in any of the services you have chosen. When you now click to register for the card, that's when the profiling now starts. So choose the one that fits your plan.
So just a website, or do you also have an app as well?
So it is when you finish from the website that you get onboarded on the website to use the service. That's where you now go to the app. So no one goes to the app to download, to register. Everything is done on the website. Then you use the app as a tool for service. Yeah, so that's how that works. So like I said, then the second category are persons who probably have cars and want to lease out the cars to drivers. So those people, the vehicle owners would have 600k as usual. Then they can have they can have that instant exposure of 200k. But the trick now is the driver who will drive their cars would also be entitled to 300k per year and has 50k as instant exposure as well. Now what that driver can do with his own contribution is to pay you when business doesn't seem like it's going well. So for instance,
work not there,
because I don't want to lose the opportunity of driving your car. At that point in time, I can always take credits to pay off for the remittances. And the good part is their interest rate is lower. because it's more like a support tool. It's not as if we're giving you cash for stuff.
All right. So basically, yeah, if you are a car owner, you have a company, you have fleets of cars, so this is the platform to launch on.
For you.
So how do we?
So to register now, you go to www.motorafrica.co.
Yes, but there's a catch there as well.
What is
By default, anybody who goes to register for the MotorCard is entitled to 600k for the entire year.
Okay.
But for what we do in the Max FM community, there's a credit bonus of 100k. So
they have to get 700.
Yeah. So the gist is, anyone who is probably listening now and probably listening in future, when you're registering on that form, there's a part where it has a referral code. So once you use the Max FM referral code, which is 1023, which is 102.3, 1023,
fantastic,
you will get an extra 100k.
I like
this.
Guys, take that down.
I like this one.
When you use the website, right?
Yeah.
You can use our referral code,
which is 1023.
Which is 10.
Meaning I will refer you
1023, and then you get your extra
100k credit bonus. So it just avails you more credit to be able to do stuff.
Thank you so much, Judy.
Yeah.
And guys, this is not just one-off. We will continue with this, telling you how this works. Immediately you register, use our referral code.
Yeah.
And you
quickly, if people want to find more information, make more inquiry, what do they do?
Okay, so they can go to that website. I can also read out the phone number if that's fine.
Okay.
I know there are people who probably want to speak before.
Please.
So the phone number is 090 89 00 9090. So I just take that again. 090 89 00 9090.
Okay.
It's the phone number.
All right. Thank you so much for
Judy.
stopping by. We'll see you again on Wednesday, right?
Hopefully. Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.